All right, here we are. Here we are, back in 3 Whiskey Bravo. My beloved Dare TBM 930 3 Whiskey Bravo. We're at the nearing the end of a flight from Idaho Falls, where we took off from today. KIDA, Kilo India Delta Alpha. If you were with me last night, I flew down there from Helena just to escape election coverage. In a nice flight. It was a nice flight. Full flight, as a matter of fact, in terms of my video post. Anyway, I would like to say that my need to escape ongoing media coverage has ended, but I still want to escape media coverage. So I did this flight from Idaho, but I wanted to go home. And John Wayne, KSNA Kilo Sierra November Alpha is my home airport in real life. Just south of Los Angeles, Orange County, California, home of Disneyland, if that gives you any perspective. I did leave real traffic on, which I'll probably regret. Down to 200 there, Whiskey Bravo.
Descend and maintain flight level 200, Dr. Trey Whiskey Bravo.
Whoa, it's kind of sudden. Anyway, we're descending to flight level 200, 20,000 feet at 1,600 feet per minute. The latest patch has fucked up the roads. Look at this ridiculous nonsense. I don't know what that is, but it doesn't look anything remotely real. I should screenshot that and put it on the boards. Okay, I just did that. Here's another good example. Look, I know that highways have streetlights, but no highways have streetlights like that, especially out in the sticks. So, I don't know. I don't know, is that supposed to be streetlights? Is that supposed to be traffic? I mean, they got to get on this, because this is new from the latest patch, and it looks just absolutely silly. Sorry, I'm taking a couple screenshots just to post it on the boards, see what people say. Anyway, here's our approach. I'm showing us 80 miles from John Wayne. 18 minutes at our current airspeed, probably more like 22. Estimated time en route for this entire flight was 2 hours 13 minutes. 681 nautical miles. Looks like we're going to be spot on or very close to that estimate. Maybe a little bit over. More planes. I'm a little worried about the fact that I used real traffic. You can already see there's planes all over the place. I don't necessarily mind that. The radio traffic's annoying, but it's not a game changer. It's not a deal breaker. But I also don't want to have to deal with a situation like what happened in San Diego a couple of weeks ago, where it was a shit show of the highest order. Anyway, we'll take a look at our VFR map and see where we're going. Here we are. Just out over the desert still. Look at all these planes headed into LAX. All headed into LAX. Right here. Just stacked up. So anyway, we're going to go over, this is Mount San Jacinto right here. Palm Springs, kind of over, just west of Palm Springs, southwest of Palm Springs right now. But anyway, we'll go over Mount San Jacinto. That's Mount San Jacinto up to our left. That's Mount San Gorgonio. This is the El Cajon Pass. The Cajon Pass, I guess it is. Interstate 15 runs right through here. It's how everybody in Southern California goes to Vegas and beyond. Anyway, we're doing a standard, it's called the Disney approach. D-S-N-E-E, haha, Disney.
Dr. Trey Whiskey Bravo, descend and maintain 15,000 feet.
Down to 15,000 there, Whiskey Bravo.
Descend and maintain 15,000 feet, Dr. Trey Whiskey Bravo.
being vectored in pretty nicely so far in terms of descent instructions, but it's early yet. Look at this. I mean, what is that? It looks like a goddamn Christmas lights. I mean, I'm gonna screenshot that too. I figured they'll patch it. This is new since the latest patch. This looks fine if you're in a city, but Interstate 15 does not look anything like this. Trust me. I mean, but it's okay. We get little hiccups along the way. I will say, and I'll cross my fingers when I say this, but I will say that this sim seems pretty stable lately. I've not been dealing with a lot of bullshit when it comes to CTDs or problems like that. It's been pretty stable. So I'm not looking for, look at all these planes. Jesus. Ah! Oh boy. Oh boy. All right. Got planes all over the place. Transition altitude and nearest altimeter on flight 3045. Let's see how correct that is. It's a beautiful evening here outside my house tonight. My outdoor weather station is telling me it's 67 degrees outside. Very nice. 3045. Let's see if that's right. What do you say? Let's zoom in. Sync 3011. Not great, but not terrible. Let's go ahead and input our Navcom. This one I've actually committed to memory, so I don't need to look it up on the plates. 11175 is the ILS frequency for runway 20 right at John Wayne, which is where we're going to be landing tonight. Set our minimums, 1040 barometric. It's actually lower on a ILS approach, but I figure you never regret setting higher minimums, but you certainly could regret setting lower ones. In any event, I don't think it's going to be an issue because I'm looking out my window. Hold on, let me look out my window. I just looked out my window. Looks nice. Descending down to 15,000 now. Here we'll do the standard approach we always do to runway 20 right over Snake. This is the Sager transition as it's known. Snake is literally a quarter mile from my house. So I always get a kick out of watching planes on final into John Wayne fly over Snake. Got some other friends up. He's probably going to Long Beach. That's my guess, based on that approach profile. Leveled at 15,000 now, waiting for further instructions. Increase our throttle a little bit here. Just keep an eye on our position. Look at all the planes headed to LAX. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's just more than that. 6, 7, 8. Man, those controllers at LAX have their hands full. Seriously, dude. I mean, they are busy.
132.85 Spirit Wings 267.
So lots of traffic tonight. Lots of traffic. Look at this. This is like a goddamn airplane convention. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Tree Whiskey Bravo, descend and maintain 12,000 feet.
Down to 12,000 there, Whiskey Bravo.
Descend and maintain.
This is a little too sensitive. When I push the VS button, watch how it jerks. Oh, well. It didn't retain the 1,700 foot per minute descent rate. Anyway, I've noticed that's another little weird thing since the patch. They've got to fix this. Those red lights out there are the wind turbines that everybody in our neighborhood, everybody in Southern California knows. You always see those when you're headed out to Palm Springs or Vegas, whatever. KSBD right there, that's San Bernardino. So we're closing in fast. Let's take stock of where we should be versus where we are. We know that at Snake, this is one of the few plates I've committed to memory. Snake, we got to be at 3,400. Hookham, we got to be at 2,800. And Lamet, we got to be at 2,200. So it's 34, 28, 22. 34, like a locker combo in high school. 34, 28, 22. 34, 28, 22 for these three final waypoints on our approach.
Traffic is 7 o'clock, 4 miles at flight level 265 generic. Report them in sight.
There's a lot of other guys up tonight. Not just real traffic. I mean, you're hearing American, United, Delta, Southwest. You're hearing all that. But these references to generic are other simmers. This mountain range out here, which you may or may not be able to make out, is the Santa Ana mountain range. This over here is Chino Hills State Park. This is the 91 freeway. That's Corona. Pop up and see, give you a more better tour. This is Corona. It's Ontario Airport right here. Anyway, Chino Hills State Park. About half of this just burned up a couple of weeks ago, 10 days ago. And again, this is the Santa Ana mountain range. It runs all the way down. You can just barely make out the silhouette
Descend and maintain 4,100 feet
of Santiago Peak. Okay, enough with the tour guide. What did you just clear us down to?
10,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 7 right approach by a John transition. Clear to John Spirit. Winds 2561.
Didn't you? Oh, Dare 3 Whiskey Bravo. Descend and maintain 4,100. All right, so we'll.
Yonder 3 Whiskey Bravo. Traffic is 3 o'clock 3 miles at 15,700 feet generic. Report them in sight.
Is he out there? We don't really have to worry if he's at 15,000.
Whiskey Bravo. Traffic in sight.
We'll continue our descent here.
Yonder 3 Whiskey Bravo. Descend and maintain 8,000 feet. Keep speed below 220 knots.
8,000. We're getting some contradictory instructions here, but that's okay.
Spirit winds 2561. Traffic is 8 o'clock 4 miles at 11,800 feet. Yonder TBM 9.
That's me.
Report them in sight. Descend and maintain.
Anyway, that's the 91 freeway.
Below 220 knots. Yonder 3 Whiskey Bravo.
And that is Orange County. Hey, we got some cloud cover tonight.
Spirit winds 2561. Traffic in sight.
This hasn't reached my house yet, but I live over here, so that makes sense. But that's good to know. We're gonna have a cloudy morning tomorrow. This whole bank of clouds rolls in often. We call it the marine layer. Makes it to those mountains and then stops. Anyway, that's Santiago Peak right there. I call it my mountain. I love it. I've been up there so many times. Can't drive up there. You only can hike or run. But
Connie 361, you are 61 miles east.
this lake here, right here, that's Lake Matthew.
Clear to John.
Lake Matthew. So we'll fly over that and we'll make a sharp right turn.
Contact Los Angeles Center on 132.85.
Airspeed's good. We're playing it pretty conservative in terms of airspeed, to be totally frank.
Approach by Agent transition. Clear to Agent Connie 361.
You actually see Lake Matthews on the visualized simulation right here, and then here's the beginning of Santa Ana mountain range. See it also on the VFR map. That's us. I was pointing out this direction when I pointed out that. That's that. This this lake here is created by a dam called Prado Dam, Prdao, Prado, Prado Dam. And then this river right here is the Santa Ana River, which runs through Orange County all the way to the coast.
600 feet, expect ILS runway 6 left approach via CLVVR transition cleared to CLVVR American 90714.
Lots of planes in the air today. This time of day is especially notorious for busy traffic. It's 6:31 p.m. my house. UTC is 0231. So it's it can be a little busy. But this really does nicely replicate the approach of the airplanes that. I'm going to give us a little more airspeed here. I'm just showing us 9 minutes 50.
Delta Tree Whiskey Bravo, descend and maintain 7,600 feet.
Down to 7,600. Here, let's go. See that jerk? That sudden jerk? That's too much. I mean, it's okay, but it's just more than it should be, and it's new. Anyway, I'm showing us actually 8 minutes. 7.5 minutes. 7.5 minutes. Slow us down a little bit to landing. Well, the good news is we'll be under or at or near our half-hour episode length. Okay, we're getting ready for our right turn.
Delta Tree Whiskey Bravo, contact SoCal approach on 121 decimal tree.
21.3 there. 3 Bravo. Good night.
121 decimal tree for Delta Tree Whiskey Bravo. SoCal approach, Doppler November Tree 4 Tree Whiskey Bravo, 7,600 feet.
Okay, looking good. Making that right turn, and now we are headed. Once we get over Jayward, JWARD. Once we 3005. Once we get over that, we'll.
Dollar Tree Whiskey Bravo descend and maintain 4,300 feet.
4,300. Dear Whiskey Bravo.
Descend and maintain 4,300 feet at Doppler Tree Whiskey Bravo.
Very smooth approach right now. I mean, I'm liking it. I swear I get positively giddy when I come home. This has been a long flight, or a long journey. I don't remember when exactly we started it, but we flew all over creation. This latest trip around the US of A. But almost home now. Makes me happy. Yeah, you see these highways are more plausible, I guess, in urban settings. Although I still think it looks too grid-like. I mean, what is this? Fucking Tron? I mean, look at this. What am I? Jeff Bridges?
Please expedite your descent to 4,300 feet.
All right, honey, settle down. I'll go faster. Descend faster if you want me to. Yeah, I mean, it's.
Dollar Tree Whiskey Bravo, you are 17 miles northeast. Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect ILS runway 20 right approach via Sager transition.
There's Sager.
Cleared to Sager.
Hey, so that's great. Looking good.
Dollar Tree Whiskey Bravo descend and maintain 3,600 feet.
It's interesting. 3,600.
Descend and maintain 3,600 feet. Expect ILS runway 20.
So take a look at how far we are from Snake. 3,600. Did I fuck it up? 3,600 at Snake? No, it's 3,400.
Dollar Tree Whiskey Bravo descend and maintain 4,300 feet.
Okay, honey. 4,300.
4,300 feet of Dollar Tree Whiskey Bravo.
It's all right. They'll sort this out. It's just AI. They'll sort it out, though.
Dollar Tree Whiskey Bravo descend and maintain 3,700 feet.
Okay.
Descend and maintain 3,700 feet of Dollar Tree Whiskey Bravo.
It's all right. Actually, everything's great. You can actually see us now closing in on Snake. Once we make the left turn over Snake, which is my house, I'll look out the left window and.
Dollar Tree Whiskey Bravo descend and maintain 3,400
There's what I was expecting, 3,400. That's the
Descend and maintain
pre-programmed
3,400 feet of Docker Tree Whiskey Bravo.
altitude for Snake. Not pre-programmed, but that's the altitude on the published approach plates in Snake. Anyway, when we pass over Snake, I'll look out the left side of the airplane, wave to my house, and then we'll be on final, as you can see. That caution, this is our final. It's a nice long final. Distance between Snake and Hookham, I think, if memory serves, is 2.5 miles, and then from Hookham to Lemon, I think, is about the same, maybe a little less, 2.1, 2.2, something like that. Anyway, approach course is 196 for runway 20 right, and the airport elevation is 56. Runway length is 5,700 feet. None of which should pose much of a problem. This is already active, showing us 13.4 nautical miles from ISNA, India, Sierra, November, Alpha, which is the ILS frequency for runway 20 right. So, looking really good. And other than the highway lights being too bright, it looks like a beautiful night. There's our airport. That's us. My house is right around here.
Docker Tree Whiskey Bravo,
Yep.
descend and maintain 2,800 feet.
There's 28. Remember I said 34, 28, 22?
Descend and maintain 2,800 feet of Docker Tree Whiskey Bravo.
Shallow us out here a little bit. I just hope we don't have any traffic conflicts. Yeah, this is my house. Hi, house. Yep. Yeah, I'm down there somewhere. Oh, I get such a kick out of that. Wow. Cool. Cool. All right. There's the 261 toll road, 241 toll road. Seeing a little stuttering. Airspeed's good, but it could be a little bit quicker. Go ahead and switch over our nav source now that we're on final to nav 1.
Whiskey Bravo, you are 1 mile northeast of John Wayne. Contact John Wayne Tower on 128.35 when inbound.
Okay, hand it off to tower. Altitude looks good. We've
Tower on 128.35.
let's switch over to approach now. APR.
John Wayne Tower, Docker,
Not seeing any glide slope information over here, so we're gonna have to keep an eye on that.
ILS runway 20 right approach.
Should see that.
Docker November Tree, 4 Tree Whiskey Bravo, John Wayne Tower. Cleared ILS runway 20 right approach.
Slow us down.
Altimeter tree, 0.04 wind 022 at 5.
022? What? The winds are not out of the north.
Runway 20 right approach, Docker Tree Whiskey Bravo.
That's suspect. I'm telling you, I'm looking outside. The winds are not out of the north. It's strange. I don't know why we're not getting any glide slope information. This is weird. That is really weird. Wait, oh, it did this last time. Fucking son of a bitch. It switched off of the... See? What is going on, dude? That is really weird. Okay, now we've got glide slope information. And we're too high now, thanks to the... Oh boy. Okay, autopilot disengaged. Alright, luckily we got nice weather. I can't actually see the runway yet.
Landing gear.
But I'm lined up, so I'm just a little too high.
Docker Tree Whiskey Bravo, cleared to land runway 20 right.
Gotta trim us here.
022 at 5.
Landing gear.
Let's go ahead and do our Gifley checklist. Gear.
Clear to land runway 20 right, Docker Tree Whiskey Bravo.
Jesus, what is going on? What is going on with the ILS at John Wayne lately? Airspeed's too high. Airspeed's too high. And now I'm totally fucking off. You know, I don't know what's going on in terms of the ILS. I mean, you saw it. It switched ILS frequencies on me. It's alright, we're going to be okay. Ah, boy. It's alright, we're fine. I got the runway in sight.
Right.
Oh my god, what is going on with the wind? Holy mackerel. Oh my god, I'm trimming like a son of a bitch. Okay, that's better. 86, 85. Man, that was an adventurous final approach. Oh my god. Gosh, everything was going so textbook, and then it just started acting goofy. Got a little, not fog, I guess, but a little mist. 500 AGL. I don't think I ever got around to inertial separator. Or landing lights, for that matter. Sorry, in all the chaos. Holy mackerel. Is that an airplane headed right at me? Okay. Oh my goodness. Alright. Whew. Oh my god, for all the drama, we actually ended up with a nice landing, but good Christ. This is very interesting because according to this inbound traffic, the active runway is from the opposite direction. So but that doesn't make any sense because the prevailing winds, how do I say this? They don't use these northbound runways at John Wayne except when we have a Santa Ana wind event. Otherwise it's ocean bound because they don't want to make a bunch of noise over Newport Beach with inbound airplanes that are landing. So I can't account for that. All right. Well, I'm going to have to do a little more research on why now, I think 2 times in a row, the...
Whiskey Bravo contact ground on 120.8.
You got that inertial separator on just in time. Anyway, this changed from ISNA to something. I'll have to rewatch it to see what it switched to, but not the right one. And so as a result, we lost our... Remember how I was saying, how come I can't see any glide slope information? Well, that's because it wasn't tuned to the correct ILS frequency. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to look into that. That might be related to the fact that I delegate radio control to the ATC or to the AI. I don't know. I'll have to look at it. Anyway, despite all the drama, we had a nice landing. Air temperature outside, that sounds about right. 60. What did I say? 67 degrees in my backyard. Holy smokes! Oh my God! Felt like I earned my money on that one. John Wayne ground and taxi to parking. Short parking trip here.
John Wayne ground
Or travel to parking. We'll bring in our flaps. We'll need keto heat. We'll depressurize the airplane. Anyway, I've noticed since the patch that it's the throttle's more sensitive. I mean, you saw our airspeed was kind of bouncing around there in an unacceptable way in my book. Anyway, all right, let's taxi to parking. Am I glad to be home? What a couple of days it's been. Hey, listen, if I need to sit here and watch this to avoid news about the election, I'll happily do it. Hey, we all have our different methods of coping, right? Mine happens to involve flight simming. Yeah, these aircraft. This is not the pattern. The pattern is to head south, turn left again, turn left again, and land. So, anyway, I've landed now at John Wayne several times. Love it. It's my home airport. Just a very short drive from my house, and I'm glad to be home. We'll see where the next round. I guess it technically would be what, round 3 or round 4 of my journey. I always start here and end here. And yet again, and I think this is I want to say this is the third or fourth time, I can't remember, that I've landed or concluded a trip, a long trip around the U.S. I'd have to look at my logbook to tell. Okay, flip a Yui here and park. Drive home and go to, well, maybe have a cocktail and then go to bed. That was a freaking wild approach. Oh, come on, guys. They just can't make their mind up about which direction they want me to park in. It's alright. We're just gonna... God, that would have been a lot easier just to have hung a quick right. Okay, there we go. Oops. Okay, close enough. Oh my god, I almost killed that guy. Let's do our parking brake. Oh man, let's. This approach and landing had a few gremlins. Inertial separators deactivated. Go up here and deactivate our aux boost pump. Aux BP is deactivated. AP trim. Fuel selector switch back to manual. Lights are off. Acknowledge those annoying alarms. Already handled depressurization. Everything else is good. All right, let's go just for fun. Let's go look and see how close we came to killing this guy. I don't know. That's okay. That's all right. I mean, if I were standing here and a TBM's blades was this close to me, I would be running in the opposite direction. But well, what are you gonna do? Okay. Sometimes that Gary figure works, and sometimes he doesn't. In any event, it's still no problem. Just fine with me. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look back at that and see if I can spot when, why, or how. There's somebody. That ILS somehow. See, here's somebody else doing exactly what I just did on final. So I landed at the correct runway. I don't know what they're talking about in terms of the wind being from the north. Yeah, see, there's that guy. Anyway, very strange. Very, very weird that the ILS frequency here, which I programmed in, you were there for it. We went over here, remember? We went over here, Navcom, audio and radios, Nav1, 111.75 I entered. Remember I said I memorized it? And then when we went back, it had switched. And the only reason I caught on was because we weren't getting any glide slope information, which was weird. So, anyway, it's not perfect. But, for what it's worth, despite the drama near the end, it was a good landing. I didn't deploy the flaps until I was under 120, and we kind of buttered the landing at 85 knots. I mean, we got that stall warning because this goddamn throttle setting on my flight stick is too sensitive. So the airspeed dropped precipitously. But, hey, we landed at a good airspeed, safe on the ground, 2 hour 15, 2 hours 20-minute flight from Idaho Falls back in John Wayne, Orange County. And it's time for bed.